Hello again, Tuesday Night Eternal, now on Saturdays, and welcome back to round three of this weekly open tournament, the Throne Tourney, right before the monthly ECQ. So, in this match, we have Fire Heavy Stone Scar actually, and Kate. Who is their opponent going to be?
Well, their opponent's gonna be someone that's pretty new to the game, and they are playing a heavily unmodified version of the deck that before Unleashed had been pretty much terrorizing the Throne ladder in the form of Combre Relics, also known as Combre Control, I suppose.
Sure. Yeah. At this point, it's become less and less relic focused, but it still does have those pillars, does have that coveted gemstone because you want to dump your hand and then equalize your opponent. Honestly,
Coveted Gemstone, importantly, one of the few market cards that does not ask you to swap a card already in your hand. It simply asks you to sacrifice the gemstone and you just get the card right away.
Right. It's pretty expensive all told. But ultimately, my opinion is that I think Combre Control is the worst thing you can be doing among playable Combre decks right now. Because there's the new time-based Genetrix Unleash aggro, and the Justice-based Combre midrange, also known affectionately as Combre Eggs by its originator male, has impressed me quite a bit. All your units are very good. Desert Marshal and Valkyrie Enforcer are just so good at answering these text box heavy units in Throne. Big Svecha is great against control. Diana and Magnaventris are great against aggro.
While it might be true that Combat Relics is probably not the thing you want to be doing right now, I do believe it is one of the decks that takes the best advantage of Equalize, which can be an extremely unfair card at various points in the game.
Sure. When Combat Control gets to actually go off and do their thing, those equalizes can be so frustrating and backbreaking. But let's head down to the match.
And to match ebrithil's opponent, Phoenix on we got a pick at their deck. It is again, as you said, very fire heavy Stone Scar running, of course, Nico Tread, 4 copies of Uncle Cutter to support. Very heavy on the fire and running 4 copies of Uncle Cutter to support that auto threat combo. Uncle Cutter, for people not familiar, 2 cost fire, 3/2. When a unit with lifesteal or endurance takes damage, you just right away kill it.
Right. So because people expect Black Book, they expect Tavrod, they expect Magnaventris. Imagine your opponent slams a Furious Magnaventris to try and stabilize, while you have an auto tread on the board, and then you slam the ankle cutter, auto tread the thing, and oops, dead Magnaventris.
You could say you cut your opponent's legs right from under them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Phoenix's deck also running 4 full copies of the somewhat recent site Seal's Stronghold, which has proven itself quite quickly. When you attack with exactly 1 unit, it gets +2 attack and overall in this turn, and the agenda is Threaten, Guns Blazing, and Victimless Crime, along with the Cold Hunt version of Seal as the hero.
Yeah, so this site honestly makes people die quickly. I think a lot of people just don't understand just how nutty the passive when combined with Threaten is. Put it this way. Imagine you had a Syl Syl Hand of the Cabal, Syl 2. I forget her name. But imagine you had her die earlier.
Yes, the name is Seal Hand of the Cabal. It is
okay.
2
Yeah,
so
mana, imagine you had her
5/1.
die earlier. You have a 1/1 Vampire Bat left. Sill's Stronghold is going to cast Threaten on the Vampire Bat, and then the Vampire Bat, if it attacks alone, is a 5/1 lifesteal. Like, imagine, just think about that. A negligible holdover from a 2 drops death suddenly swings for 5 lifesteal in the air.
It is not only a huge push of damage, it is also an extremely big tempo swing in the form of that life gain.
Yeah. And of course, to say nothing of the main reason you play, which is the victimless crime. So your opponent comes down with a Magniventress, a Valkyrie Enforcer, a Champion of Chaos, and then oops, dead.
We have seen sites that contain such clean removal see lots of play in pretty much every single format in Eternal's history, and this site has proven to be no different.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No. Thunderrock's Masterwork is technically the cheapest site with removal attached to it in the form of Snowball and Fend Off, which is why it's so good. But Sill's site, making a case for itself, I think.
Absolutely. The weakest sites that we have seen are definitely the ones that have simply no proactive plays, and this site has two proactive parts from its agenda and from its passive ability.
Right. This site is very much in your face. But here's the thing: most sites are good against control decks. Sill's Stronghold, not so much. Because ultimately you need units to stick around to get just about anything out of it. So it's interesting in that it's not really great to slam against control decks that traditionally don't have great ways of dealing with sites.
Okay, it appears we are finally seeing the match. Phoenix here looking at a pretty proactive hand. We have Auto Trade, we have Ankle Cutter, which we're talking about, the little combo. We have Yeti Pioneer and a Sill, which Sill, quite the key card in this matchup, would you say so?
I mean, look, if you're going to go unit versus unit combat, Sill No Regrets is just such a huge slap in the face.
Ebrithil here, getting a Desert Marshal off the top. Fantastic interaction against Phoenix's deck, I would say.
Absolutely.
I see Outright hit here, get in for one. A little bit of chip damage, taking that armor from the Stormhold plating inscribe. I see a Pillar of Progress. Ebrithil taking things easy, taking it chill. Meanwhile, Phoenix here, we are likely to see them simply slam a Sill, I presume.
Absolutely.
Double Sill, absolutely backbreaking against these decks that rely on their expensive spells for maintaining board control.
That said, Ebrithil just has all the answers in their hand right now. Deanna, Pride Leader, Magniventress, and none of those expensive spells that this Cambrai Relics deck is more often known for. And even the Desert Marshal to completely turn off this Sill.
Yeah, Ebrithil holding so many answers in their hand. Like, where do you even start with this hand?
Well, if Ebrithil passes, then oof, the worst play Ebrithil could have possibly made in multiple ways. How would you like to punish this?
Absolutely brutal. Well, this is a pretty well. Oh wow! I've not even noticed that Phoenix was up to 3 Fire Influence. They can play that Waystone. Absolutely no card advantage lost, which means that Grenadine will gut the Void from the Auto Tread and absolutely destroyed by the Ankle Cutter.
Right, ankle cutter just wow. That was a nasty interaction.
Incredible punish.
Okay. Back to Ebrithil. If they're going to if they're just going to pump the brakes and pass the turn after playing a power, that's a huge signal that there's a Pride Leader in hand, at least. So that means it's most likely time to slam the site for a threaten.
Threaten on the Seal, you wager?
That's a great point. Yeah, the threaten on the Sill No Regrets makes her hit for 10. But even on the Yeti Pioneer, that's going to be 8 damage. coming across.
More importantly,
No, seven. I can't
uh,
math.
also very importantly, on the seal, the threaten makes her able to punch through the Pride Leader, which seems to be the telegraphed play on Everfield's side of the board.
Correct.
Ebrithil here. Let's not forget that Desert Marshal is also a possibility from Everfield's hand. The Saber-Tooth Pride Leader is not the only card in the hand.
Yep. So, yeah, I do think Ebrithil,
Firing off a second seal here. Paying off the debt right away. That's a nice little interaction between Yeti Pioneer and the contract units. When I see Saber-Tooth Pride Leader come down here and probably eat the auto tread right away.
the auto tread. That's an interesting block. I would have gone after one of the sills, but
well, this does let Ebrithil play the Diana and keep the Desert Marshal up, and these are two very powerful blockers. Ebrithil top decking and equalize here. Not ideal with two seals on the board, but
no,
we might
not
see
at all.
we might see that come out eventually. Maybe.
Yeah, so this Yeti Pioneer is reckless and will run right into either a Diana or the Pride Leader. So honestly, what I can see happening is drop the sight, kill the Pride Leader, swing just with the Yeti.
I don't think that's a very, very reasonable line. It is also the most power efficient line, which is pretty important for a deck such as Stone Scar. Now we're gonna see an ace space from Ebrithil.
This is gonna get punished.
Sorry, from Phoenix. My bad.
We're gonna see this Desert Marshal come out. I have to imagine we see this Desert Marshal come out.
Oh, absolutely. There's no way this Marshal does not come out. Yeah, there it is. Desert Marshal gonna silence one of the sills.
I have to imagine.
There it is.
So what are the blocks?
I believe Diana is blocking the ankle cutter. That is a locked-in block. However, they are still deciding what is going to happen with this Desert Marshal.
I mean, I want to take out. Yeah, I'm taking Yeti Pioneer.
Not using the Desert Marshal does leave you open to the torch play, which is what we're gonna see here on the Diana. You were talking about how Seal Stronghold is not a very proactive site, which we might see here be the case against Ebrithil's equalized play. They could play Shenra Speaks, however, that deals 10 to them due to the Seal currently on board.
The question is,
are you willing painting here? And there's the equalize.
Okay, yeah. Equalize, take 6 instead of the 10.
This will make Ebrithil discard their Shadow Sigil, which might be a problem if we see a Stormhold plating of the top.
That's true. But here comes a Jack.
Coming right down, getting that treasure trove right away. Oh, new beginning for Ebrithil. So they could be greedy here and play a new beginning, and of course they do, and get another one for their trouble, which they can play right away. So if they don't die right away here, this could be a huge turn for them next turn, if they stop breaking at least.
Can Phoenix find one more damage?
Yep, they can find 3 more damage, in fact. Yeah, the greedy line takes its toll on Ebrithil, and we will go to game 2. That was a surprisingly close game, I feel.
Yeah, that, ultimately the Stone Scar aggro deck getting there, as weird as it is to say that line. And one other thing that's interesting about Phoenix's deck, no champion.
Yeah, no. Champion of Chaos has been a fixture in Stonescar decks, whether they aggro, whether they're mid range. Such an efficient unit. 3/3 for 3 and Stonescar influence, and then if you have 3 fire, you get +1/+1 and overwhelm, and if you have 3 shadow, you get +1/+1 and deadly for a 5/5 for 3, which is just it's really overwhelming, especially that combination of overwhelm and deadly. Just so much damage that's being pushed. Yeah, and even when you're trading, you're most likely trading down.
Right.
You see here a pretty proactive hand from Phoenix can go turn 1 Oni Ronin into turn 2 League Explorer here.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent start. But oh
Oof.
wow, ebrithil knows what.
Oh, did they go 6?
They didn't. There's
Okay,
no
no,
way they did.
that might have been that might have been the coverage.
Yeah, there's no way you throw away 2 Desert Marshals against aggro.
Okay, yeah. It was just the coverage interface. So we're gonna see here, just like we said, Oni Ronin into League Explorer, getting in those war cries, getting in those relics. However, ebrithil here with the with 2 Desert Marshals in hand and a Saber-Tooth Prophet are absolutely incredible punishes. Even that 4/3 League Yeti Explorer will not be able to punch through.
Now this thing's currently
Desert
standing.
Marshal come on here. Silence League Explorer, block on Ronin. And of course, Yeti Pioneer coming now. So Phoenix is a bit stuck on power here. However, this Yeti Pioneer might be able to get them on track, as they have just drawn Auto Tread and Nico.
Yeah, so this Yeti Explorer, it's Yeti Pioneer, gonna get silenced, but not before generating power. So does Phoenix want to commit the Ixton Merchant? Is the question.
I feel against the Combrelix deck, you probably want to start the Auto Tread going, because that demands a very immediate response. And the opponent has just used 2 Desert Marshals, which are their main source of silence against the Auto Tread. We're gonna see Phoenix going, however, for the Merchant line, going to the market for a Shugo Standard. I am a big proponent of power cards in the market. What is your opinion on that, Ilya?
I mean, I'm not, because ideally you should be building your deck in such a way that you don't need them, especially in this day and age when you have the etching cycle. But when you're an aggro deck, you don't have time to play etchings. But okay, so Nico Tread is online, so we can just see this Auto Tread come down. And
no, we're gonna see a Seal No Regrets getting contracted for huge 8 damage to the face of ebrithil.
Yep. Wow, chump blocking with Furious Magniventress.
Well, the block does not seem to be locked in yet. Nope, it is locked in, saving 8 face damage. Ebrithil
Chump blocking with Furious Magniventress.
ebrithil completely breaking here. Well, ebrithil are really not on the offensive here.
No, not at all. See, this is the issue with Combray Relics sometimes. You're playing a very defensive deck, and the thing is, by not going proactive and trying to blow your opponent up, you often run into issues that you get a drought of cards, and then Diana is not in your hand, and neither is a New Beginning. So suddenly you're just...
Wow, Shenra speaks off the top for ebrithil.
Yep, gotta bite the bullet. Take 10.
They are going to have to take 10, which will trigger the Nico's Frenzy, actually.
Okay.
Quite a little bit of hidden text there.
Stronghold going
on Sil.
Just honestly, I like drop.
So dropping the Nico here actually does set up Phoenix for lethal if ebrithil does not have any kind of response.
Okay, now we can drop Sill's Stronghold and declare and present lethal.
I assume it's gonna be a threaten. Yeah.
Nope. Quick draw.
That is actually quite the good choice against the possibility of Prime Leader. Yes. Oh no! ebrithil taking the 6 there. Equalize, unfortunately, will not be enough.
This Prime Leader can't swing.
Oh wait, no! They can discard Phoenix's hand.
This is true.
They do not die to Torch.
Yes, but now they die to victimless crime.
Oh, that's correct. Never mind. And that is a clean 2-0 from Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a clean 2-0 and was stuck on 2 for a turn, I think. Yeah, missed the third power drop.
Yeti Pioneer completely getting the Stonescar deck on track and just like enabling all their future plays so cleanly on that crucial turn.
Yeah, that one swing with Yeti Pioneer, I missed power? No, I didn't.
Not only that, but the Yeti Pioneer, a 4-3 that was able to stay alive and just like continue putting pressure on the board. That Yeti Pioneer did so much work.
Yeah, absolutely. A really impressive display from a Yeti Pioneer outside of Yeti's deck. And since that was a pretty quick match, do we have we should have a backup match to go to, imagine.
It does appear we have another match in just a second. We are seeing a lot of Eternal, a lot of fast Eternal as well. People coming in with all sorts of different builds, integrating the new cards from Unleashed. Here we see Martin on what appears to be another variation on Argenport. This time running Roland, the Tyrant version, against what seems to be a Skycrack deck. Oh no, this is I believe a Nico Thread a heavy primal deck from a male, if I remember correctly.
Right. But this Eileen trading for this Sididi that's bad news because this Roland's going to make a Reaper.
That's true. This Kenna cannot even kill the Roland as it'll start growing now as well.
No, Skycrack notoriously bad against endurance units with high health. Which they shouldn't be because it's been, 13 sets now and we still don't have a single good playable mono primal transform card. We briefly had it in the form of Turn to Seed when it cost 3, but such is life.
Some people are still very fond of Formband, but that is a very high risk, high reward play that cannot simply go into every deck. And we're gonna see a Bullseye from Duocat. No, my bad. From Male, taking away the Siditi Curse, which, while not a super impactful play, does help a little bit with the pressure from Martin's board.
I'm not sure if that's the decision I would have made. I might have just gone after the Reaper.
The Reaper does enable the Kennas to start swinging. However, it might be a better idea to have the Kennas take out the Magniventrix, as it does stop the bleeding in a more aggressive way.
Oh, right, that's true. But I think that Justice Display, which gives double damage for the turn.
Yeah, Justice Display, another one of the new cycle of cards from Unleash. You can kill an enemy unit without battle skills, give one of your units double damage, or play a Justice Sigil from your deck at fast speed. Quite the versatile card. it seems that Male does not have any shadow influence for Nico. However, generally their deck is not looking to play Nico. They
Right, it's
are,
just there for the auto tread nonsense.
yeah, they are looking to take advantage, take full advantage of the auto tread combo. They are in fact running no shadow sources.
Yeah, it's a card that I'm very surprised did not see a curl type treatment with, you know, at least one influence's worth of commitment to shadow. And yeah, the Kennas went and ate the dinosaur. But now there's a pair of Rollants.
And Martin with 3 displays in hand, 3 of a kind.
Yep. So I have to imagine Male's going to cast this primal etchings on this Plunk. Plunk doesn't want to attack. Plunk doesn't want to block. Nothing good for Plunk to do. So
Plunk is too safe for all of that attacking and blocking. Let's be honest.
Hey, the recent dinosaur nest nerf. No more killer. Plunk is so safe indeed.
So we're gonna see Male indeed exhaust the Plunk to go into their market and go get an Ice Bolt, which is actually a clean answer to Roland Iron Tyrant.
That might take care of one of the Rollants. What about the second Rollant?
Well, sometimes one is all you need. The Kenas can block the 1 damage Roland, and it will only kill one of them.
Only decay one of them, yes. That said, this Silverblade Reaper is just a huge pain in the behind. It's honestly preventing either Kenna from swinging.
Not only that, but it will also allow... oh, they are not swinging at it. Okay, the Male double blocks the attacking Roland, and that is that's gonna be a display for double damage. Will we see
that
an Ice Bolt from Male
one
here?
of the Kennas here. The question is, does Male want to commit the Ice Bolt?
It appears they do not. They are content with having one of their Kennas reduced to a 0/1. We're gonna see Siditi off the top with warped, getting warped in for a curse of the onslaught trigger.
That's rough.
This Silverblade Reaper making it very, very awkward on the curse.
Okay, damage has been dealt. Another Kenna on the board from Male. And now I think this might be a complete blowout. Justice Etchings on the roll for Pristine Light, assuming it hasn't been played yet. Take out 2 Kennas, make 2 Reapers.
Yep, and we're gonna see a concession there from Male. So you were talking about how Nico was not given an influence requirement for its ability, and it does seem like Male is testing the limits of how much value can be generated without committing any sort of extra influence when you could be playing a complete set of insignias. And we are informed that that's the end of round 3.
Okay. So yeah. See you soon for round 4.